Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel motorvibe_110. It starts with a glance. A flash of metal, the glint of chrome, and the unmistakable silhouette of a legend reborn. The Toyota Land Cruiser Mini Vintage Pickup isn't just a vehicle. It's a tribute, a living, breathing homage to one of the most iconic names in automotive history. But it's not just about nostalgia. It's about blending the past with the present, bringing rugged simplicity and modern practicality together in a form that stirs the soul and powers the adventure. This is the story of the Toyota Land Cruiser Mini Vintage Pickup, a truck that whispers of deserts, mountains, and untamed roads, yet roars with the confidence of Toyota's engineering legacy. At first sight, the Land Cruiser Mini Vintage Pickup captures the imagination. Its proportions are tight, muscular, and deliberate. A compact frame that echoes the classic FJ40's stance but trimmed down and tailored for a modern era. The rounded headlights sit like determined eyes, gazing out from either side of the horizontal grille that carries that iconic Toyota badge with silent pride. Steel bumpers, exposed rivets, squared-off fenders, all meticulously designed to recreate the feel of old-school grit without sacrificing present-day finesse. It's smaller, yes, but don't let that fool you. This machine is still every bit a Land Cruiser. Every inch, every angle, every contour speaks to the off-road bloodline that stretches back decades. There's a confidence to it, a purity in the design that's rarely seen in today's market. It doesn't try to be flashy. It doesn't need to. Its character comes from heritage, from resilience, from being shaped by decades of real-world use in some of the harshest environments on Earth. And yet, it wears its compact form like armor. Strong, capable, ready. Slide inside and it's like entering a time capsule lined with modern comfort. The dashboard feels mechanical, deliberate. Metal toggle switches, analog gauges, and a thin-rimmed steering wheel that brings back memories of hands-on driving. And yet, hidden within the retro aesthetic lies a suite of modern tech. Bluetooth connectivity, climate control, a discrete infotainment screen, and USB ports tucked away for convenience. Toyota's craftsmanship is in the details, making the cabin feel authentically vintage while ensuring you never have to give up the conveniences of modern life. The seats are upright and practical, with a design that nods to military-grade toughness. Stitched in durable materials with just enough cushioning to keep you comfortable over long hauls, they reflect the utility-first mindset of old Land Cruisers. And yet, this is no bare-bones Spartan interior. There's a balance, vintage charm with thoughtful touches. Even the window cranks, yes, manual, feel satisfying to operate, as if every movement is part of the driving ritual. But it's what's under the hood that brings this little beast to life. Toyota didn't set out to build a showpiece. They built a performer. And so, they equipped the Land Cruiser Mini Vintage Pickup with a compact, efficient 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. It's not about raw speed or horsepower. It's about torque. Usable, reliable, consistent torque that gets you up steep grades, across muddy trails, and through sand without breaking a sweat. The power delivery is smooth, deliberate. You don't race this truck. You conquer terrain with it. And the transmission, a 5-speed manual that's been engineered with short, confident throws. Shifting gears feels mechanical, tactile, as if you're physically commanding the machine rather than merely directing it. There's something beautiful about that. Something lost in most modern trucks. The return to a manual isn't just a nod to nostalgia. It's about control, engagement, that feeling of being one with the drive. Take it off-road and the magic comes alive. The Land Cruiser Mini Vintage Pickup is small enough to maneuver through tight trails, light enough to float over soft terrain, and tough enough to withstand punishment. With its body-on-frame construction, live rear axle, and selectable 4-wheel drive with low-range gearing, it brings real-deal off-road capability in a size that's perfect for backcountry exploration. You can feel the suspension working beneath you, responding to rocks, ruts, and dips without ever losing composure. But where this truck truly shines is in its ability to evoke emotion. It's not just transportation, it's connection, to the past, to the land, to the simple, mechanical joy of driving. Every time you fire up the engine, every time you tug that lever into 4 low, you're transported. Back to a time when adventure wasn't filtered through a screen, when vehicles were tools, partners in exploration, not just appliances. The Land Cruiser Mini Vintage Pickup doesn't shout. It doesn't boast. It simply delivers, mile after mile, trail after trail. In the city, it turns heads not because it's flashy but because it's different. Authentic. People stop and stare, drawn by its charm. Kids point. Enthusiasts nod with respect. It doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. There's no pretense here. It's just honest. And in a world full of over-designed, over-digitalized vehicles, that honesty is refreshing. It's liberating. And yes, it hauls. The bed may be compact, but it's built tough. Perfect for gear, tools, or weekend camping supplies. Tie-down points, a textured liner, and a tailgate that opens with the kind of solid clunk that tells you it's ready for work. This isn't a pickup meant for mall parking lots. It's meant to be used. Scratched. Dirty. It looks better with mud on the tires and a trail map on the dash. Fuel economy is another surprising win. That efficient diesel sips fuel compared to larger trucks, meaning you can go further on a tank. That matters when you're deep in the backcountry. When the nearest gas station is 50 miles of dirt road away. It's a truck built for endurance, simplicity, and purpose. Maintenance. Straightforward. Toyota built this to be fixable. No complicated electronics. No inaccessible engine bays. Just smart, reliable engineering with parts you can get your hands on. It invites DIY mechanics. It welcomes those who still carry tool rolls and understand the value of a good socket wrench. And because it's a Toyota, you know it's going to last. Decades, not just years. But more than anything, the Land Cruiser Mini Vintage pickup is about feeling. It's about that smile you get when you take the long way home. That moment you drop it into four-wheel drive just because the trail looks too tempting to ignore. That sensation of metal, road, and purpose moving in perfect harmony. It doesn't just drive, it inspires. It's for the adventurer who doesn't need to prove anything. Who values substance over flash. Who sees beauty in utility and grace in function. It's for the kind of person who understands that true luxury is freedom. The freedom to go anywhere, anytime, without relying on technology to do it for you. This truck doesn't park itself. It doesn't have lane assist. What it has is a steering wheel, 3 pedals, and a promise that wherever you want to go, it'll get you there, and back. When you own one, you're not just part of a community. You're part of a legacy. A legacy that began in the 1950s when the Land Cruiser first proved itself on the world stage. That legacy has grown with every trail conquered, every load carried, every mile driven in pursuit of something real. And now, with the Mini Vintage pickup, that legacy is being passed on, not just to the next generation of drivers, but to the next generation of dreamers. And that's what makes it special. It's not a replica. It's not a gimmick. It's a revival, a continuation, a rebirth of everything that made the original Land Cruiser beloved, compacted into a form that's right-sized for the modern world. In a market overrun with crossovers and luxury trucks, the Land Cruiser Mini Vintage pickup stands alone. Not just as a vehicle, but as a statement. It tells the world that you value the journey more than the destination. That you'd rather take the road less traveled, or make your own. That you understand that real adventure isn't always comfortable, but it's always worth it. And that sometimes, the best way forward is to look back and bring the best parts with you. You feel it in the way the gear lever clicks into place. In the way the engine hums at idle. In the solid thunk of the door closing. It's visceral, mechanical, human, and in a world chasing automation, that humanity matters. It's what makes this truck more than steel and rubber. It makes it a companion. So whether you're driving through a blizzard in the Rockies, crossing a desert track in the Mojave, or just rolling down a quiet rural road, the Toyota Land Cruiser Mini Vintage pickup reminds you what driving used to feel like, and what it still can. Every drive becomes a memory. Every stop becomes a story. And every glance back at the parked truck makes you smile, knowing it's ready to go whenever you are. This isn't just a vehicle. It's a tool, a partner, a badge of identity. It's about choosing function over fashion, and finding beauty in simplicity. It's for those who understand that true capability doesn't shout, it works. And for those who still believe that the best machines are the ones that do what they're made to do, day in and day out, without drama or ego. The Toyota Land Cruiser Mini Vintage pickup isn't trying to be everything for everyone. It's trying to be one thing, done perfectly, a small, durable, go-anywhere pickup with the heart of a legend and the soul of an explorer. It's rare, it's raw, it's real, and for the right kind of driver, it's absolutely perfect. Thanks for watching and see you my next video.